Welcome to LawFlip. We had a good time today. We talked about being a little bit despondent from all the Supreme Court madness. We gave just our general take on life at the moment. Like, what is something?
Burn it all down?
No, that wasn't burn it all down. That was your take on politics at the moment. But you had a more nuanced point about life, and I tried to have one myself, or at least something that
I think it was a good point.
On.
I think it was a great point that you made today.
We talked about finding. What did we talk about? We talked about Clarence Thomas. He's really mad at liberals, and he really wants to pay them back. We talked about no sex at the World Cup. We talked about, we didn't talk about mayonnaise. We were going to talk about that, but we ended up not talking about it. And then what else? I think that's basically, that covers it. It was a fun episode. Yeah. It was
very consumable episode. Throw it on a 2X.
Yeah.
Get it done in 15 minutes.
15 minutes. You're good to go. Okay. If you haven't already, sign up for LawFlip. It is you could first sign up for all of our social media apps. We're on Instagram. We're on YouTube. We're everywhere. TikTok before they ban it. And then they just referred to it, by the way, as I just forgot what they called it, but like the Biden administration just basically said that it's a very sheep in wolf's clothing, that it's basically like the greatest spy tool ever from China, and they need to ban it. But separate from that, if you want to follow us on TikTok, we're still available.
And in case it gets banned, head over to Instagram, head over to YouTube. We post all the clips over there too.
Yes.
Follow us on those platforms as well.
Yes. And if you're a lawyer and you want to refer cases or get cases, go to lawflip.com and let's get into it.
LawFlip, objection, Your Honor. Turn the game upside down. LawFlip, objection, Your Honor. Turn the game upside down.
Here we are. Arian.
Here we are.
How do you feel?
You used this word while we were prepping, despondent. It's the right word.
Why are you despondent?
You know what it is? Let me tell you what it is.
Tell me
I'm ready
what
to
it
burn
is.
it all down.
Tell me what it is.
Just burn it all down.
What, the country?
Yeah. No, just our government. Okay, so here's the thing, right? So you know me. I'm like really into the politics stuff.
Yeah, you really are.
Like West Wing is my favorite show. Like that shit got it into me. I had this history teacher in high school that like changed my life, like really, really into it, right? And I really believed in it. And then like Hamilton, I fucking eat up Hamilton, right? So like the founding fathers, really my shit for a long time. But then shit like this happens.
Yeah.
Burn it down.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. It does have that, like, the intended feeling of like being despondent and just not feeling like people are like, let's fight. I hear that. I love that. I love the energy, but it just seems so unlikely to work.
Yeah.
It seems like the whole elections have consequences thing really is so true. And there's gonna be some devastating blows continuing with the court.
Yeah, fuck these guys. Like everybody keeps on talking about like, oh, like trust in the courts are so low, like that it's like fuck these guys. Like they're it's so political in the courts. That
Yeah.
It's like,
well, it's crazy
insane.
that like, judges, even though I think like when it comes to it just even when we file cases in court, we always kind of look at like who are they appointed by, a Democrat or Republican. Oh, if it's a Republican, they're going to be pro-business. If it's a Democrat, they're going to be pro-employee, right? It really does. We talked about how courts most of the time get things right and juries most of the time get things right, but there is this tilt of like politics and it's so divided, and those three picks that Trump got are going to be devastating to a lot of people for a long time on so many issues. It literally, and then like right now, every day, it's like, oh, the EPA, the new ruling just now is like,
yeah, and like last week, the Daily did a piece on that EPA ruling, like before it came out, and they were like talking about the effects of it. Like you really start to give up. Because it's the most depressing shit ever. Like, I don't remember the last time I listened to an episode of The Daily and like tears didn't fall down my eyes. Yeah.
And I actually thought like this this like was it Trevor Noah? I think he did this like brilliant thing about pro-choice v life, pro-life. He was like, yeah, no, this makes sense because different states have different, different ideas, and it should maybe be done on a state level. Okay. Actually, you know what? Never mind. There's actually different people in different states, and we should do it at a county level. Oh, no, never mind. It should be done at a city level. Oh, you know what? There's even within counties, there's like cities that are rural, some are not. Actually, you know what? Let's just bring it down to the actual human being and give them the choice.
Yeah.
I thought that was
it's so simple. You know, like I everybody tries to like create these like logical like lines just to track logic. There is none.
Right.
Like it doesn't make sense.
Right.
It's not based in any like
Do you think the judges truly are motivated by their religion?
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
No, but like I'm more cynical.
Listen,
I don't believe people that are that sophisticated. Yes, I believe they have deeply held beliefs, but I feel like it's more politics than it is religion. Like it's more that the base is motivated by their religion. And like, I think Kavanaugh and Clarence Thomas, I don't think these people are as motivated by religion as they are the politics of it.
it's possible. I mean, they make a lot of money, these motherfuckers, on the lecture circuits and shit, right?
Wait, who does? Oh, nah. I don't think.
Isn't it like $40K a pop on the lecture circuits?
I didn't even realize why Supreme Court. I don't think Supreme Court justices are on the tours.
Really, they're not.
No. They at least pretend to be above that. I don't think like Kavanaugh's out there doing no. That would. I'm not aware of that. I've never. I mean, maybe after they retire, but
Okay.
who knows? But about Clarence Thomas. There was an article. And I've felt this for a very long time, but basically there's in a 1993 New York Times article, a former law clerk of Clarence Thomas said he held a grudge against liberals and that Thomas was resentful of the media coverage of his confirmation hearing, the one with like Anita Hill and all of that. And he's quoted as saying, "The liberals made my life miserable and I'm going to make their lives miserable." And he's quoted as saying like, that he wanted to serve for 43 years. I wasn't sure what the reason for the 43 years is, but he is motivated to do everything possible to pay the liberals back for the treatment that he received.
I think the treatment that he received was for fucking over Anita Hill.
Right.
I don't think it's because the liberals are coming after him.
Look, no, it's all politics. So I'm sure that like the liberals bringing out Anita Hill was motivated by politics, but it just goes to show you, like we kind of look at these 9 people as like this, they're above everything, but they're humans just like everybody else. I mean, look, his wife is literally part of the Stop the Steal stuff.
Yeah. Like, I want to talk about it more, but it's like so fucking bizarre and so black and white wrong that it's like I don't have anything else to say.
I know. What about the prayer? The football coach.
The football corp. Like
the football coach. Basically
that
praying.
is why I think it's more religiously motivated. Is because like, come on. Like I think as an 8th grader, I would be able to be like, hey, that's wrong. Like, school prayer has just been one of those things for a long time that like we had this understanding that like can't do shit like that.
Right. Yeah. How would you feel if you were playing football and like the coach right after the game was leading?
So let me talk about The West Wing because obviously my favorite show. They have an episode about this.
Oh, really?
And I wish I had the quote memorized. One of the characters basically talks about how like it's not about religion, more so it's about like that kid who doesn't want to pray, that kid who like isn't religious, that like it's just another way of dividing people. And like you bring that into a public school, and that's like another way that like you're saying, hey, these people are different. These people are gonna go do this thing during a school event, and it just makes people feel different, makes kids feel different, and makes kids feel bad.
Like the most obvious example is you have, first of all, this is not likely to happen, but imagine like a Jewish or Muslim coach in Texas. Again, not likely to happen in the first place.
Yeah, not likely to happen in the first place. But you make a perfect point. You make a perfect point.
Let's say a Jewish coach gets to be a coach without them knowing that he was Jewish. Somehow he hid his horns for a couple of seconds. And again, I'm Jewish. I'm allowed to make that joke. But then he's like, okay, let's do the Shema, or let's do a Hebrew prayer. The Shema doesn't make sense in that situation, but let's do a prayer after the game, and those who want to join us. I don't think the parents would be that happy.
No.
Yeah, the religious freedom. I don't know that would come to be that understanding at that point. Okay, how do you feel about driving nude? How do you feel about being nude?
I feel pretty not good about being not good. It's not like I hate my body, but if I could have clothes on, I'm gonna have clothes on.
Yeah,
like showering, hooking up, and that's it.
Were you ever like when you were growing up, as if you were like an old person now? You're young, but like, were you jealous of the kids that rolled up to the beach or wherever, like so comfortable?
Yeah, dude. So we went to the beach last Saturday. We're going to the beach again this Saturday. Yeah. I literally have been starving myself these 3-4 days, and I'm going with my friends. I have a girlfriend. I'm going with my friends. Still though, literally starving myself because I'm like, I don't want to fucking look fat when I go.
I know. It's such a weird thing. Like, don't you kind of wish we were in those times where like the heavier you were, the more respect. Like there was like that. There were those times, like back in the day. Even like right now,
Caesar, right, or some shit like that.
Like, do we actually have the right idea about bodies and what looks good? Because you know how like right now it's very in for women to be like kind of like have more shape or whatever.
Yeah. Like having a big butt is a really like is something people strive to.
So, but like 20 years ago, that was like looked at and like shamed, like, oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So do you think it will ever happen where larger bodies will be more revered for like everybody, and like not just like bigger butts, but like
I think what will happen is in the next like 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
I think we'll just get some widespread acceptance of all body types.
Yeah.
Like I think obviously like people who are severely obese and they're unhealthy, or people who have like eating disorders and they're too skinny and like things like that are like obviously like medical issues that need to be taken care of. But on the whole, I think people will stop really caring about the entire body image thing. Yeah.
But anyway, this lawyer, there's an Ohio lawyer who loves driving nude. So the Supreme Court of Ohio indefinitely suspended a Hamilton, Ohio attorney for repeatedly driving naked and exposing himself to other motorists during an October 2018.
Here's my question. So you're driving in a car. How are you exposing yourself while you're driving?
Because if you're driving like a sedan and then somebody's in a truck next to you, they're looking down and they're like, okay.
Yeah, that is weird. That is actually weird.
I think for attorneys, like, you really kind of have to be a relatively normal person. It's hard because attorneys are kind of some of the biggest crazy people we know, right?
Yeah.
But there's obviously something going on here.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. There was this one time I parked into a 7-Eleven. I got out of the car and I was walking in, and like I look over to the car next to me. The guy like sitting in the seat literally just has like this silicone dildo in his hand. Mm-hmm. He's just like petting the tip of it. This like old guy in his like 70s. I was just like, what the fuck is it? That shit made me uncomfortable. So for sure, if I'm seeing like a real cock while I'm driving down the highway, I'm not gonna be a big fan.
Yeah. Nudist and like all that stuff, it's not meant to be for when you drive in public.
Yeah. Not to dig myself into a hole, but you know the whole like armpit hair deal?
That's tough for me.
You know what? Let me tell you what it is.
That's another thing about beauty standards.
Let me tell you what it is about the armpit hair. it's not that I don't want women to have armpit hair. It's that I don't want to see any of it at all ever.
I don't think I've
like,
ever.
I don't even want to see
on
guys
men.
shirtless. You know what I mean? Like it's like the whole free the nip thing. Sure, free the nip. I don't want to see your fucking armpit hair forever.
Armpit
ever.
hair
Not
is not-
yours, not mine, not
Well, look,
hers.
armpit
none of it.
hair. It's not meant to be seen. Your arms just hanging by your side. You're covering your armpit hair. It's like that's more of a private part than a penis to me. Like, show me your penis before you show me your armpit hair.
But okay.
But no, look, I don't know. Just the armpit hair is tough for me across the board. As a beauty standard, it's tough for me.
I get that. What do you think about facial hair on guys? What do you like? What's your? Are you a pro? I mean, like, obviously, you usually rock the beard. Are you a fan?
I think it works. Okay. I think it's oftentimes used as a figurative beard because you don't feel comfortable with your face. So I think a lot of people do use it as a way to cover up their face, right? If you had like if you're Justin Bieber, you could easily shave every day,
yeah,
and you're not worried about it. I think, but I just think it's like, I don't know. I have mixed feelings. Obviously, like the really big beards. I don't know that I'm into them.
Like the rabbi beards, not.
No, I'm not into those. But it's nice. I love, like, if I see a Chabad guy, I want to see a big beard. I don't want, like, that's what you want to see when you see a Chabad guy.
Say Chabad?
Yeah.
Not Chabad?
Chabad, excuse me. But yeah, you want to see.
To tie it into politics, what do you think about beards on presidents?
Have we seen a bearded president? Who's a bearded president?
Wasn't like Lincoln a bearded?
No, you can't. Like
Was he?
like a
I don't
modern
even know.
day. Is there
Like
a
a
modern day president?
I don't
Like,
even
oh,
think we've
I've seen
it.
some memes where like, could you like how much better would Biden look with like a dope beard?
Like, I can't even imagine it.
I think
You
they've
know?
done some memes like showing different presidents with beards. I think, and then also with man buns. Like, how sick would Biden look with a man bun?
God no. God no.
What do you think about Biden right now? He's really just like he's just what? Do you have a lot of confidence in him right now?
So today he said like, oh, I believe in making an exception to the filibuster
Right.
to codify Roe v. Wade.
Right.
And like, if you listen to him giving that speech, I don't think he finished his sentence at any point.
Yeah.
At any point. And it's like, dude, like, this is the soundbite. Like, just get the one fucking soundbite. Because I love the guy. I really do. I mean, I did not vote for him in the primary, but like, still, like he's the leader of our party. Like, I want him to succeed. And like, he does stupid ass shit like that. And it's like, just stop talking. Give yourself 5 seconds. It's okay to not talk for 5 seconds. None of these like news producers are going to air dead air anyways. So if you give yourself 5 seconds, gather yourself, and then say the fucking sentence,
Right.
we'll all be better off.
Yeah.
That's my spiel. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. So here, will you be watching the World Cup in Qatar?
I was thinking about going.
Are you allowed to?
Not at all.
Do you follow this stuff?
So with a lot of things, my family follows it. So just by the nature of it just being on in the house or people talking about it in group chats, you just like kind of like figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
So like I know it exists. I know it's happening. I'm sure I will know more details about it when it gets closer, but I don't really track.
Well, if you are going to go, try not to get laid there because they have banned sex outside the marriage by players and fans during the forthcoming 2022 World Cup tournament. Failure to abide by the rule is equal to a period of 7 years in prison.
Are they a dry country?
So the way that I understand all these sort of oppressive countries is they are on the surface level dry, no drugs, no drinking, no sex, all the stuff. But there's always like a underbelly of all those activities happening either in the country or they're wealthy enough to come to the States or out of the country to go partake and then come back and be a good boy or girl. Or more likely boy.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. So this is just that.
But like what, like do they got like cameras in the hotel rooms? Like I don't get it.
who knows if they're really going to enforce it, but they're saying it. I mean, they're actively discouraging tourists. I mean, who wants to like if you are single, like a big motivating factor for going on trips is trying to participate in sexual activity. And not that
like
I'm
get drunk and go get fucked. Obviously.
Like, so like you're almost saying like it's actually like the safest. It's like a safest thing to tell your girlfriend or whatever that you're going there because you're like, hey, it's literally banned. It's literally banned. Like this is like I really love soccer. So yeah. Anyway, it's ridiculous circumstances all over. Playing a soccer match, it's a very hot country. They're totally discouraging tourists of all kind. It's hot, no sex. It might be empty there.
No way.
No.
They'll find a way to fill the stadium one way or another.
Before we go to our legal tip, I know that you have some burning point that you want to make this week. What is it?
Some burning point.
Yeah, like something that's on your mind. You just want to give your
something that's on my mind that I want to give my take. Ooh, it's kind of like a deal of the week.
Yeah.
Wow, throwback to those.
Yeah. So what is it? What do you want to say?
You know what? How about you give your take first? I'll think about mine.
Acceptance. It just always goes back to that. So everything in life is a trade-off, and that sounds very transactional, but it's reality. It's not. It's just like what I've come to realize is that, and that you contribute to every single part of your life. You are not a victim. You are obviously you can be a victim in a particular situation, right? Somebody's a jerk to you, or somebody does a crime to you, or stuff like that. But like you are not just like a bystander in your life. You put yourself. This isn't like a rape victim puts themselves in a situation to be raped. I'm not talking about that. There's no excuse for bad behavior, but in general, I find that like when I look at my life, my business, my personal life, anything like that, there's a part of you that nags at you that tries to get you to sort of explain why you are where you are, and oftentimes justify it.
Right.
And oftentimes it's just easier to look outward. And what I try to do, and what I've done, I think pretty effectively over the past several years, is like stay away from that. Try to just look at like what my part is and what I can do to control. And that's like, it's a big theme for me with all parts of my life right now. I'm like really, I believe it so much that I just talk it, I breathe it, I think about it, I talk about it in therapy. So that's like just a big thing that I'm working on right now. I like
that. Yeah. Can see a lot of growth there.
Yeah.
I like that. So I was thinking about mine as you were saying that. I think there's like a desire that I want. Like if I could wish upon a star, this is what I want. And then there's like the other thing. The other thing will start there, which is kind of coming into conversations with an open mind, like willing to change your mind. I've had so many political conversations where I'm like, okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You know, not because like, oh, I'm just accepting their point of view because I don't want to argue, because like I'm really considering what they're saying. And I say, okay, damn, you made a good argument.
Yeah.
And I think there are these people who no matter what argument you put in front of them, it could be clear as day. Like they will stand their ground no matter what. Mm-hmm. Be it ego, whatever it is, they won't budge. And like my one thing is, you will live such a smarter and happier life if you just like go walk around with an open mind.
I mean, it's essentially like what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It's very similar to your point.
Yeah.
I think the second thing, like my wish upon a star, would be that more people are politically engaged. I think a lot of people, like, they just don't pay attention. I have a lot of friends who they just don't care. They don't track it. They don't care.
You think they're worse off for it?
Oh, they're so much happier than I am. They're so much happier than I am. But like, come on, it's your country. Like, you got to care a little.
Yeah, I hear that. I also like the more I have been obsessed with politics, the more I understand. Like, it's just kind of like baseball. I was so obsessed with baseball. I literally would watch, like, there was a period of time I would watch every Yankee game. And then I'd be like, okay, that's like hundreds of hours. I've sort of stopped doing that. And like, I'm okay. I look at it now like I really was wasting that much time on that. So I don't know.
Do you see yourself, and this is a question for both baseball and for politics, when you were really following baseball, did you see yourself like during the, is it called playoffs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Playoffs? Yeah.
It's called, so during the playoffs, did you see yourself getting more engaged? And during election cycles, did you see yourself getting more engaged?
Politics, I don't even know how long it's been. I've followed politics way too closely for way too long. And of course, during like election cycles, it gets like.
Does it get to you?
Of course it does.
Okay.
Yeah. It gets,
Like I remember during the like election night and the 3 nights after, I like didn't sleep. I woke up like every hour to see if like fucking Joe Biden won.
I mean, that was nuts.
That was nuts.
That was insane.
But we don't need.
But yes, absolutely, absolutely. It's something that can easily be used as an addiction.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And then you start to realize, like, what is actually motivating me checking Twitter 15 times a day about whatever news topic
How
it is?
many articles are you reading a day? Not
enough. I actually,
because I know you use Mediaite, right, or something like that.
Yeah. But honestly, Mediaite is just clickbait. It's really not like really becoming informed on an issue. It's really not. It's because I always have loved since I was a little kid. I love like a good clip. A good video clip of like
you like getting enraged by those videos.
Not even
I don't
necessarily
enjoy
enraged.
that.
Not enraged. I find it just like entertaining. I love a contentious interview. I just love when a Democrat or a Republican gets like in the hot seat. I love debates. I love that stuff.
Okay, that's fair.
But it's also probably not that healthy. Anyway, we're moving on to legal tip.
If you have some medical reason for why you're always late to work, tell your employer that medical reason. Your employer may have a duty to provide you with a reasonable accommodation, which could include working from home or a schedule modification depending on your individual circumstances.
So in California, you could use your accrued sick leave for abortion care. So, in overturning Roe v. Wade, there's no doubt a lot of women in the U.S. that are affected. But if you're in California, your right to abortion still exists. And you may ask, what is my right as an employee in California if I decide to have an abortion? When can I do it? How could I do it? If you're in California, you could use your accrued sick leave for abortion-related care. In California, you're entitled to at least 3 days of sick pay. You could use that for pregnancy or other abortion-related care. You don't need to disclose when you take your leave, why you're doing it, that you're going to get an abortion, or you're getting abortion-related care. Your employer has no right to inquire as to why you needed to take the sick pay. It's very important for people to understand that. Sometimes you're in a quandary, you don't really know what to do, to tell your employer, to not tell your employer. If you have any questions whatsoever, if you're in California and you're an employee in California, you have any questions regarding taking sick leave for your abortion-related care, call us, Smith Law. We're an employment, personal injury, and class action law firm. You can call us at 1-833-LawFlip. Okay, Arian, we did it. We talked about it all. And we had this moment where we talked about.
We should bring back deals.
Yeah, deals. Well, we can just do it informally.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down. I really enjoy that.
Yeah, it's
next
good.
week, like think about it this upcoming week.
Yeah.
And get yourself a good deal for next week.
Okay, sounds good. And by deal, he's talking about just basically like what do we want to talk? Some general point that we want to make.
Yeah.
Okay, we will see you next time. Blank.